The value of the neurosurgeon to our communities across this great nation is without measure. Neurosurgeons are the protectors of the central nervous system. As the dedicated guardians of the crown jewel of evolution, we selflessly sacrifice significant portions of our lives in that service. The emergent craniotomy for an expanding epidural hematoma, the clip ligation of a ruptured aneurysm, or the decompression and stabilization of an incomplete cervical spinal cord injury. All those interventions preserve and restore neurological function. Those interventions save lives. A world without the neurosurgeon on call and at the ready would be unimaginable. However, over the past decade, our commercial payers, our hospitals, and even our government have diminished the value of the neurosurgeon. Instead of facilitating an already arduous, self-sacrificing practice, the neurosurgeon in 2025 faces the burden of prior authorization, denial of payment even after successful authorization, and declining reimbursement. As hospital administrators continue to multiply at an unsustainable pace and government regulations continue to mount, maintaining the true value of the neurosurgeon remains at risk. Since its inception, the Council of State Neurosurgical Societies has never lost its focus on the value of the neurosurgeon. As the premier socioeconomic resource in neurosurgery through patient and physician advocacy, education, and leadership training, the CSNS has thoughtfully examined all aspects of the practice of neurosurgery and advocated for those changes to enhance the value of the neurosurgeon. This coming year will be no exception. During my tenure as chair, the CSNS will analyze those current aspects of the socioeconomic landscape in the practice of neurosurgery that diminish our value. I will place a particular focus on Section 6001 of the 2010 Affordable Care Act, which limits physician hospital ownership. That legislation empowered hospitals and hamstrung physicians. As a result, the Affordable Care Act's promise of increased access to affordable care has not been fully realized. How can such an aspirational goal be realized when the ACA legislation marginalizes physicians? Advocacy for the repeal of Section 6001 offers the promise of increased quality, increased access, and decreased cost. Recoupments of payments in a delayed manner by insurance companies after completion of surgery and denial of payments even after successful prior authorizations have become commonplace in neurosurgery. But no other industry tolerates such treatment. Neurosurgeons should be no exception. Advocacy for placing the burden of proof on surgery on the commercial payer and not the surgeon places us on the same level as general contractors. Advocacy for the prior authorization again places neurosurgeons on par with general contractors. Few can argue that the resection of a malignant glioma should not be on par with the construction of a home. The next focus will be on the fastest growing practice demographic in neurosurgery, the hospital-employed neurosurgeon. That growing trend may be related to the vertical integration of hospitals empowered by Section 6001 of the Affordable Care Act. Regardless of the cause, their voices need to be heard. As such, the CSNS will serve as a forum for our hospital-employed colleagues to gather, unify their voices, and identify areas where a coordinated effort will increase their value. The CSNS is uniquely positioned to accomplish all of these goals. The bidirectional communication with state societies, the AANS, the CNS, and the Washington Committee facilitates the education of these socioeconomic issues to neurosurgeons across this country. Increased awareness leads to a groundswell of support. Change becomes an inevitability. In the final analysis, we are advocating for the crestfallen patient with a recent diagnosis of a malignant glioma, the patient with a middle cerebral artery occlusion in the middle of the night, or the mother of 4 with a mobile spondylolisthesis who can no longer make it through the day. Our relentless advocacy ensures access to the highest quality of neurosurgical care with the greatest value for these patients today, tomorrow, and for decades to come. The value of the neurosurgeon is without measure.